Going live. It says you are live. It says you are live. Where we at? Let me see. Where are we? Where are there? There we go. Oh, there you go too. There we go. There you go. Let me make sure your name. There goes her name on top of. And we're early. It said
Yes.
8:15, but it's 8:10. Oh no,
Going live.
8:08.
It says you are
Oh whoa, whoa, what's
live.
that?
It
What's
says
that
you
playback?
are live.
Is
Where
that
we
you
at?
with
Let
the
me see.
playback?
Where are we?
Is
Where
that me?
There we go.
that
Oh,
is
there you
me,
go
I
too.
think.
There we go. There you go. Let me
That
make
is
sure your name.
me.
There goes her.
Yeah, that was me being a, I lose every now and again. So, yeah, that was
Okay.
me with the playback, letting it recycle in there. So I fixed that though. So what's up, everybody? It's your boy Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV, YouTube, and I got my homegirl. Introduce yourself to the people.
Peace, family. It is your girl, Mermaid here, Natural Mermaid here. We did an episode last night, and we're doing a follow up on that episode. If you haven't saw that episode, make sure you check that one out after tonight's episode. It's gonna be a good show.
And remember, we was when we hung up, I spoke to you, and I was like, well, we need something to talk about for tomorrow. And then all of this stuff transpired, and it was like, well,
Yes.
there it go. We don't have to look for a topic. The topic just fell in our lap. So
Right, exactly. And this is just something that is just like an overnight thing that people still are talking about is Nick Cannon apologizing. And I'm like, it's only right for us to do a follow-up story on last night about this apology that he did.
so let me ask you something. What do you think about the apology?
I think that I think it's unfortunate that he had to backpedal because I feel like so many like the black community was really like riding for him and we're excited like yay, someone's saying something like now's our opportunity. So it's like people really got behind him and then he backpedaled and it's like wait, what? Like we were with you. Like we wanted that type of truth. Like it was a form of empowerment that people haven't really seen in a while and it gave people some excitement. So when he apologized, it's like, dang, here we go again. We can't say nothing.
Right, right. It's funny. I'm not a pocket watcher, but I hear that he's worth $70 million.
Whew.
And
Yeah.
I see people saying, well, if he didn't apologize, he would have lost the bag and the bag. And I'm like, $70 million is a very, very big bag already. Like that's
Exactly.
that's enough money to sustain. And you know, I got mixed feelings about the apology. First of all, I feel like he folded. He did
Oh
fold.
yeah, he folded like a lawn chair for
Yeah,
sure. He
he
folded like a lawn chair.
he folded under pressure, and he took the video down and everything. You know what I'm saying? He took the video down and he apologized. And then,
Right.
I see different people caping. I see different people saying, well, why he apologized. Or this. At the end of the day, it don't matter why he apologized. It's the fact that he apologized, right? So,
Right.
so last night, even what I said was, he should have said to them, show me where I'm wrong at in my error and come and let's not really debate, but just school me, educate me, and show me where I'm wrong. Show me where I said was wrong. Y'all fired me, but you taking it back, it's like, so you don't believe anything you said anymore. So everything,
Right.
that's the issue that I have on apology. So when
My,
you
that's my issue
yeah.
too.
So when you apologize, like so if I say, yo, you an idiot, not you, but if I call somebody an idiot and then I apologize, do I still think you're an idiot or am I apologizing because you're offended by me calling you an idiot? Because
Right.
that's the issue. And I seen people saying he got death threats. I'm like, what rich black man in America doesn't get death threats? Like that's death threats. Like you
Now he
serious?
did mention on his when he made that statement on Facebook or whatever, his press release, he mentioned he was getting death threats. He did mention
So,
that.
so I mean, what rich black man is not gonna get death threats, especially if you have an opinion about
Exactly.
about a certain demographic of people. Of course, if you have opinion about little people, aka midgets, they're going to give you death threats. Like that's if I have an opinion about a rapper right now, their fans are gonna give death threats. So
Exactly. Like nobody can come for Nikki because she has the barbs to, to handle them and get them together. So anyone can get those type of threats, but you still have to stand on, you have to stand on what it is that you said. And that's my issue with his apology. His apology pretty much discredited the truth because it's like he apologized, but in the apology, he also like completely backtrack. So it's like I want to read that apology
go ahead,
for those.
do it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the apology up and I want to read it for those who may have not seen it.
Yeah, I actually could have. If I had thought sooner, I would have put it on the screen. But go ahead though, you can read it.
Okay, he said, first and foremost, I extend my deepest and most sincere apologies to my Jewish sisters and brothers for the hurtful and divisive words that came out of my mouth during my interview with Richard Griffin. So he didn't even address him as Professor Griffin.
Yeah, right.
They reinforce the worst stereotypes of a proud and magnificent people, and I feel ashamed of the uninformed and naive place that these words came from. The video of this interview has since been removed. Then he goes on to say, while the Jewish experience encompasses more than 5,000 years and there is so much I have yet to learn, I have had at least a minor history lesson over the past few days, and to say the least, it is an eye-opening that would be a vast understatement. And then he lastly ends it with, I want to express my gratitude to the rabbis, community leaders, and institutions who reached out to me to help enlighten me instead of chastising me. I want to assure my Jewish friends, my new ones and old, that this is only the beginning of my education. I am committed to deeper connections, more profound learning, and strengthening the bond between our two cultures today and every day going forward. Folded like a lawn chair. I can't.
Nah, we can't rock with that. But first of all, he didn't write that because it's I'm not
right. That's PR.
Yeah, that's PR.
That's management. That's probably his lawyers, legal team or whatever. That clearly was not him that wrote that. I mean, Richard Griffin.
Yeah, right. Because I was when I first read that, I was like, who was Richard Griffin? Who was Professor Griff? Was maybe his last name? Oh, that's Professor. I didn't even get the super chat is open, by the way, too. If y'all want to send something in, do what y'all do.
Right.
Yo, you know what's crazy too. The thing about it is that he didn't only say something about that community, right? He said white people. So why is he not apologizing to white people? Why is he only apologizing to them? Because they don't consider themselves to be like white people. They consider themselves to be what they are, or what they call themselves. So I found that kind of funny that he didn't say that he offended white people when itself. And I really know Nick Cannon. Me and him have spoken behind the scenes a lot and talked about, doing, some projects together and stuff like that. So he always comes off like a very, very good dude. So I'm not going to sit here and down him. I'm just saying I'm a little confused. And my thing is, do you not believe what you said anymore? Do you think what you said? Because when they enlightened me and taught. So they taught you, what did they teach you exactly? Because I think he should have been really transparent with that. I think he should have said, I now learned that blah, 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 blah.
Not just that, but bring these rabbis forward and have them tell us what they told you. And then we can have, our elders and our historians put this all on the table and lay this all out on the line so that everyone can have a clear understanding of this, misunderstood history. So the fact that can't be done lets me know that is just, something that he had to do to appease, certain people.
What I don't like, it's not really his apology too much, because that's his choice to apologize or not. What I don't like is when I think some of our people try to play devil's advocate and say, well, he did that because he got to secure that bag, and he feeds a lot of people, and he had a big staff, and he got a big I'm trying to use another word. He got a big he feeds a lot of people. He has a big staff of people he works with. So
Right.
what I wasn't I'm like, I'm tired of this bag talk. I'm tired of this for the
I'm
bag, for the
tired of
bag.
it too. It's so exhausting. Like,
Yeah,
I'm tired of it
because
too.
like what so what won't you do for the bag now? Because once you speak your truth, the truth, and you speak for a demographic of people, when you go back on that, that means that again, do you no longer believe what you said? When you said
Right.
could you read the first thing that he said again? Read that over, because I want to make sure that I'm clear. If you still have it, pull it up. What did he say in the beginning?
He said, first and foremost, I extend my deepest and most sincere apology to my Jewish sisters and brothers for the hurtful and divisive words that came out of my mouth during my interview with Richard Griffin.
Okay, and then and go forward, because I think he said he was misinformed. Where's that part where he said that like he kind of was saying he didn't know what he was talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. He said, while the Jewish experience encompasses more than 5,000 years and there is so much I have yet to learn, I have had at least a minor history lesson over the past few days. And to say that it is eye opening would be a vast understatement. So, what was so eye opening that it's an
Facts.
understatement? What it was that you were speaking with Professor Griff? Because from what they were speaking, it's like they already knew the knowledge. So
Yeah.
what was so eye opening for you to backpedal now?
You
And my
know.
issue also
Go
with the
ahead.
apology too was that it's like, first he was saying, he wants an apology, and he was saying, he's going to stand his square and he wants an apology. And for him to then act like he didn't say any of those things, and now it's like he's continuing to apologize. Like, he actually said he's going to take a break from his radio show to have time to be able to reflect and to learn. He wants to have more time to learn more. Yes, he wants to have time to learn more, about this history. Like,
I
so
don't
not
think. Yeah,
only
it's not
did
that
they make
serious
him
though.
apologize, but they put him in timeout too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? People I see people defending it. Hit that like button too, y'all.
Right. Hit the like button when you step into the room. I said this on yesterday's episode, and when I watched the replay, I looked in the chat and someone said it's not common courtesy to hit the like button. Let us
Yes, it
decide if we
is.
like the content. So my response is that the reason why I say it's common courtesy is because if you open the door for someone, if you take your shoes off before you go into someone's house, if you say bless you when someone coughs, it's like if you're watching this content that we're doing and you're here, it's kind to hit the like button just out of respect. And that Doggie Diamonds is a content creator, and this is Black owned, and we're always pushing Black owned businesses, support Black owned. So here's the opportunity to support just by hitting the like button, which is free. So that's why I say it's common courtesy.
Yeah, well said. So my thing was this, right? When I see people, cause my thing is when people do stuff, I get tired of the capes, right? I get tired of the capes. I get tired of the people coming out and saying why somebody did something. Don't put words in somebody's mouth. He didn't explain why he did something. So my thing was, if you wasn't going to stand on what you said, you shouldn't have never said, because we didn't ask you to say that.
Exactly. That's
We
my
didn't ask you
thing
to say that.
too.
You was feeling good. You was sitting before Griff, and you was dropping
Mhm.
in. You was feeling good, and then like my thing is, I'm no filter, right? But then I
Mhm.
also am conscious of some of the things that come out of my mouth, because I know I can't take it back.
Right.
So the filter comes when I get a chance to think before I speak. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just go fly off the cuff and just be like, yo, you know, to hell with you and your mama. You know what I'm saying? But when I get to think and be a little bit more strategic in my speech, it could come off a little bit better. Now, my thing to him was, when you was sitting before Professor Griff and y'all got into this dialogue, what was y'all talking about? You already know you already
Exactly.
know where Griff. If you got Griff in front of you, you already know where it's going. Griff has been speaking about the same
Exactly.
type of content, drilling that point home for like the last 25, 30 years since Public Enemy.
And you know what? He even said that in the interview. He said that this is something he's been doing for 30 years. And he even kind of, let Nick know. He said, this is the type of stuff that can get you in trouble. Like, this is the reason why he was removed from, a group that he was instrumental in helping to found himself, too. So, for him to have that information and know this and still, say what he said, it's like, why backpedal?
Yeah, he was feeling strong. He's like, yo, look, man, I got my. You know, what's funny with us, right? As a people, sometimes we feel good, and we have these feel good moments, and we like, yo, I got my people behind me. It don't matter. No, I do it for my people. I do it for my people. And then they come do this. Nick, your people don't
Yep.
pay your bills. Your people don't cut the check. Your people don't do this. And then they say, dag, man, you know what? You right.
You know what? A perfect example of that are two other people that apologize. So, Dwayne Wade, he had tweeted
like,
and
yo,
said,
I'm out of here.
He was like, I'm riding with you, Nick, and we got you. And then he hurried up and backpedaled, like, I was speaking as far as him being a content creator. I do not agree with anything that is anti-Semitic. And then Allen Iverson posted a picture of him with Minister Louis Farrakhan, and then he went and apologized and said, my NBA career has been all about races coming together, and I did not mean anything that was anti-Semitic when I posted that picture. It's like, bruh, like, are we just going on apology tours? Like, stand on what you say and do, and if you aren't built like that, then just keep it on hush. And that's period. Because it's you're doing a disservice to your people who really want that battery in their back to be liberated. If you're not going to actually truly empower, just keep it on hush, get to that bag, and other people will move on and do what they do. It's quite simple.
Yo, listen, when I don't Dwayne Wade word means I take Oscar the Grouch word over Dwayne Wade. Like, Dwayne Wade word or cosign, it means absolutely nothing to me because he's just strange to me. You know what I'm saying?
It means nothing.
So him doing that.
But he's a hypocrite.
Yeah, but him doing that, come on, man. Look how the dude had red hair one day. You know what I'm saying? So, and then AI, like, again, everybody, this is what I don't like about a lot of our people too. They stand with the minister when he comes, when he summons you, or but the minute they get asked what their relationship with him is, they automatically be like, oh, well, I don't really rock with him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
that's what he did. He was like,
cool
this
and
picture's
all,
from
but
3 years ago.
yeah, like, it's like, come on, man, like, stop it. You cannot have it both ways, and you can't make it's like this, like what we talked about yesterday, right? We cannot make. You should never let anybody pick your hero, right? Whoever you look up to, or whoever you idolize. It's like when black people or any people say they support Trump. I don't get mad. I like what that got to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Support what you support, like what you like. It's not my place to try to convince anybody of anything. It's not my place to try to get you to see something that you don't want to see. Because some people can see the truth and still look the other way. So it's not my place to sit here and try to convince you of why you shouldn't think the way you think, or why you shouldn't eat what you eat. So sometimes when people be like, don't eat this because Dr. Sabi said, I'd be like, yo, man, shut up, man. I don't care what nobody said. I'm eating what I want to eat when I want to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody can tell me what to do and how I should live. But at the same time, I'm not going to speak and then be ready to apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm only, honestly, when I say something, I'm only worried about offending my people sometimes. Because if you notice, right, again, like I said yesterday, we say all types of stuff about our people, to our people, publicly, privately, and we never apologize to our people. Remember, I was looking at one time, and this is old, but I'm gonna bring it up because it really bothered me. When Snoop Dogg made a career off of calling black women B's and H's, right? But the minute he said something about what's her name, Iggy Azalea, remember he said I'm sorry, and I was like, that's the
Right.
first woman he ever apologized to for calling them a B, but he never apologized to black women yet.
He never apologized to the women that he had wearing dog leashes
Facts.
on the red carpet at the MTV Awards.
Facts.
So I find it extremely unfair that people want to pick and choose who to apologize to. But what apology has black people as a collective ever received? We never received an apology for enslavement. We never received an apology for lynchings. We never received an apology for being, miscategorized and, different things like that. We never got any apologies for what happens during the birth that went wrong. We never gotten any apologies for. I mean, the list goes on and on and on for the fact that we still carry their last names. What apology have we ever gotten? But people are so quick to be ready to apologize to them because they want to keep what it is that, they're comfortable with, or they don't want to ruin their bag or whatever it could be, but it's unfair. So if people feel that way, they need to be mindful before they speak out, because it's unfair to the people that are riding with them.
It's funny because what they do too is they like, you better apologize and calm down, because you ain't going to get people all riled up and start awakening people. You're not going to get people to see the truth. You better go calm down, because again, I somebody need to ask him, so do you not think what you're saying was correct, or you feel like you offended somebody? Because there's a difference between offending somebody by what you're saying and not believing in what you're saying anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we can say the truth and it's not necessarily truth. It's the way you convey the message. So do you not think that they're savages? Do you not think that the lack of melanin, like, you're the one who sat there and said, oh, like, we didn't ask you that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't ask you that. So my thing is, I see a lot of people that want to support him. And again, they keep saying, Nick, get your money. And my thing is, why y'all always talking about somebody else's money? Like, him getting money don't got nothing to do with us. He's worth 70 million. How much? Get what money? He got 70 M's. Some of y'all barely got $70. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why we keep saying, get the money. And I think we're really, and Troy Ellis, shout out to Troy Ellis in the chat room that just made this point. I think it's the fact that he said, we the real Hebrews. I think that right there, they like, what? Mm-hmm. That's when they like, oh, right. nah, you wilding right now. You know what I'm saying? And you saying this on a platform and we employ you? We believe in you, Nicholas. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they talk to you is really, really crazy. And, I just think that it's, really, really unfortunate. I'm gonna be real with y'all too. I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna support Nick Cannon anymore. I'm not gonna say that he did fold, but I want to give him a chance and see what's his next step, what's his next move. Now, if he go on some,
no, I agree.
I'm gonna be real with y'all though, but if he goes on some, some Holocaust tour and learning about their culture.
It's a wrap. At that point, it's a wrap.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, you going too far now, because Cannon's class has been good because he's brought a lot of people. He's brought a lot of people on there that definitely brought a lot of different dialogue. You know what I'm saying? I see somebody
exactly.
I see somebody said Doggie spreading that more propaganda. I'm not spreading anything. Yo, my job as a platform is to let people come.
What does he mean by more propaganda?
Because I had somebody from the Moorish Science Temple. I did an interview with them. I interview everybody. I interview Hebrew Israelites. I do not subscribe to their doctrine. I interview Nation of Islam members. I interview all of our people, because all of our people are not one thing. So just shut up. Just shut up, right? Relax. Relax, you know what I'm saying? Just chill out. You know what I'm saying? I don't spread anything. You never heard me say I'm this. or I'm that, or you
Right.
never heard me say that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is just to give people a vehicle to talk. We do not have platforms to speak. We do not have platforms to come and talk about our different ideologies and ways of life and walks of life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been providing from the beginning. And somebody who keep putting all lives matter in there, I'm about to get you up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Go
Let's
ahead.
debunk that right now.
Go ahead. Go
If
ahead.
all lives did indeed matter, then why did Nick Cannon have to apologize in the first place? If all lives indeed do matter, then why is it that us as Black people, we're still the only culture that's dealing with having people tell us who we are, and whenever we speak outside of that, then we have to apologize, or then, you know, we're punished for it. If all lives do matter, then why is it that certain people are still being oppressed, especially Black people? So just stop it with the all lives matter stuff. I guess you're looking for attention in the comment section. So you got your 15
Yeah,
seconds. Now
attention,
leave.
attention. Yeah, because you know it's funny though with the all I think the thing that bothered me with I think any black person that says all lives matter is an enemy. You know what I'm saying, to black people, because
Yeah,
at this particular time, because we never said that anybody else's life didn't matter, right? We never said that. But at this
exactly.
particular time when we are the ones being victimized, how could you say, yeah, you are a victim, but his life mattered too? Well, ain't nothing happening to him. Perfect example, the perfect analogy that I ever saw was the burning building. Your house is on fire, and you want the fireman to put your house out, and he won't put your house out. He'll say all the houses matter on the block. Yeah, but all the
Right.
houses are not on fire. Mine is. Could you put my fire out? Could you put the fire out in my
Exactly.
house? So what I get tired of too, a lot of times when we deal with issues, right? When we deal with issues with our people, it's always include somebody else, always get included in that. Did you notice that? Like when we deal,
Yep.
like when we got civil rights just wasn't for us. It was civil rights were for everybody. So they always find a way to
Exactly.
package everybody. We're not gonna give y'all nothing directly. We'll give you this, but they got to get some. They got to get some. They got to get some, and they got to get some. And I think that's tired of that. And the funniest thing, right? When you think about when you think about oh, that's Grap Lover. Shout out to Grap Lover, man. That's Grap Lover, Pete Rock brother. Yeah, shout out to Grap Lover. I'm a Pete. Everybody know I'm a Pete Rock fan, so it is what it is. That's his brother right there. But I do want to say this, like, right? Every time it comes to us, and we're doing something, I'm tired of other people telling us how we could feel, how we should feel, what we should say, what we should think. Like, that's really, really corny and whack. And then some of us be buying into it, and we always talking about this bag and this money and all that. So it's like,
Exactly.
what is that about? What is this bag about? First of all, bag. When you're dealing with the bag, when you're talking about the bag, that is something straight up and down criminal activity. That's for the brown paper bag where you out in the street.
Right.
So stop saying I'm about to go to work and get this bag. No, you're going to work. You got
Right.
direct deposit. Cut it out. Cut the bag stuff out. You know what I'm saying? We keep blurring the lines of legal and illegal, and we want to pick and choose. Stop the bag stuff, okay? The bag stuff is
Exactly.
corny. If we going to listen, I don't really know too many revolutionaries who got money. Most
You know
revolutionaries are
what?
broke.
That's a great point, because if people want to keep on talking about the bag this, the bag that, when you really want to look deeply into it, the bag is what got us into this mess that we're in the first place.
Facts.
No one wants to talk about the bad side of the bag.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about, you know, the negative side of the bag. It's just always the bag. And I appreciate the fact that, you know, Monique was, when she was dealing with what she was dealing with Steve Harvey, she was saying, look, it's not always about the bag.
Yeah, because
Sometimes we have to look out for the people coming in behind us. If we don't make a change, if we don't say something about the inequality, then it just continues on the cycle. So people need to stop with the bag talk, because the bag has actually been detrimental to the Black community as a whole.
and you know who really is the bag? We are the bag. Secure
Exactly.
yourself. When people are like, I want to secure that bag, you are the bag.
Exactly.
You are the bag. Secure yourself. Make sure you get what you need to get, because at the end of it all, they come on, look how long people been talking about reparations. They said they didn't have the money, but then they found money to give everybody money throughout the country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Exactly.
it's like
Oh.
it's like, yo, a lot of stuff. I'm not really. What you think about cancel culture though? I have a little issue with that. I think it's kind of whack.
I think that cancel culture, I think that it's kind of is something that just some people do it in a petty way and it's just like it's unnecessary. But then I also think it's something that's helpful because it's a way to kind of start holding people accountable. Like if they know that enough people will come together to cancel them, then they'll be more, careful about how they're actually treating their supporters, or I feel like it's holding some people accountable in a way. So that's what I do like about it. I feel like people like 50 Cent are due for canceling. It's some people that are due to be canceled that have not yet been.
But peep though, this is how deep it is, right? There was no, I mean, I seen tweets. I'm not, let me, there were tweets, right? There were sayings, there were tweets out there, but there was no cancel culture of Nick Cannon. He got canceled, right? The real power,
Exactly.
the real power wasn't broadcasted. And I said something today on Twitter. What good is money if you have no power?
Exactly. For people who are all about the bag.
Yeah. What good is money if you have no power? If he has 70 million, because like I said, I don't like pocket watching, but if he has 70 million and he can't do and say what he want because he's gonna lose his money, it's like, yo, 70 million? That's, you ain't been hungry for a long time. I don't think you ever was hungry. And he's given, when you think about it, he's given most of his life to showbiz. He's been doing it since he was 17.
Exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
like, you can't, again, you can't say what you want. You can't do what you, and would have been dope if they really, what they really should have did. This is how I think everybody could have benefited from it. I think what they should have did was, after he did what he did with Professor Griff, they should have had a rabbi and different people come on Cannon's class and
Exactly.
school him, right? School him in
Right.
front of us. You know what I'm saying? And say how you felt and give us some insight on some stuff maybe we don't even really know. I mean, I'm gonna call boom, but at the end of the day, say what it is. But you can't just have somebody say something and you say, "Oh, you're wrong," but then don't tell them how they're wrong in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he just got chastised and like, "Oh, you're fired," and it's like, "Well, why is he fired?
Exactly.
What did he say
Exactly.
wrong?"
Because that's the type of conversation that they don't want to have because it's going to just expose too much stuff. It's going to just open up that Pandora box and everything is just going to fly out of it. Like, it'll be actually worse if they sat down and had this discussion because it's like, it'll just put even more on the table that they don't want exposed.
But I mean, you
So
know what?
instead, it's like they
Yeah.
cancel him, they put him in timeout, and,
But my whole thing
it's
is this, you do all that, right? You bring some what Malcolm used to do, and even Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben, they used to have scholarly debates. We do for that right now. You know what I'm saying? If you think what he's
yeah,
saying is BS, Malcolm used to go to different schools and talk. Bring your scholars. Bring your scholars and say what he's saying is wrong. Dispel what he's saying. Disprove what he's saying. I don't think that you should just fire him and then he's apologizing for what he said, and it's like, yo, what he doesn't know though, he let a lot of people down.
he did.
I think
He did.
and I'm gonna show some sympathy right now for him. I think he was in over his head a little bit. I don't think he realized that, yo, if I say this and I do this, this is gonna get kind of crazy for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah.
it's it got real crazy for him. So from the chat room, I want to see numbers right now. So we're gonna do number one, and we're gonna do number two. Give me a number one if you're disappointed in him, and give me a number two if you understand why he did it. So give me a number one and give me a number two, if you understand. And I know how to do. Eventually, I'm gonna do polls on him. But give me a number one if you're disappointed, and give me a number two if you understand and respect him apologizing. So yeah, let me get that right now in the chat room. I need to see from y'all in the chat room. I'm gonna read off some names. I'm here with y'all. The super chat is open. You know what I'm saying? I see a number two. Number one, we see a number one. Tim Boogie put number two. You understand why he did. Ray D4137, you are disappointed. I'm seeing some twos. I'm seeing some twos. I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm keeping the chat too.
I'm seeing some twos. Yo. Oh, all right. The ones is coming. The ones is coming.
It's mixed. Someone said 1 and 2.
Yeah,
so
it's Dev H, you wildin'. But I'm seeing some twos. I'm seeing some tools. And reason why I think it's important, and I hope y'all at least the people that's giving the tools, even the ones all black, because
okay, so as a moderator, I'm going to hide you. Oh, I just tried to hide you. I guess someone accepted you. I'm gonna address you, broke boy. That's your name. You said all lives matter. Black lives don't matter until they matter to black people. So let me get you together real quick. Broke boy.
I'm so tired, but go ahead. Get him. Get him. I'll chill.
You're feeling that black lives don't matter to black people because you're basing it off of the propaganda that you see. There's actually a plethora of people who know that black lives do matter to black people. But if you're only looking at the propaganda or the narrative that's showing what appears to be black on black stuff, then in your little peon mind, you won't realize the fact that there's white on white crime, there's white on animal crime, there's white on black people crime, there's white on everybody crime. So don't try to come in this platform and say that it's not going to matter until it matters to us, because it's been mattering to us and history shows that.
But you know what's funny, right? I don't justify some of the actions that we take against one another, but I do.
I don't either.
We're not going to stray off topic and deal with this. We could do that for another show. But I like to say to people, right? If you're in the house and you slap your wife every night, could I come in your house and slap your wife? And I tell you, I came to slap your wife because you slap her, so why can't I? You don't respect your wife, so why should I? That has nothing to do with what happens with us. Has nothing to do with anybody else. Because before we did anything to us, they did it to us. And they put us in conditions the way we do it for us. And then, let me give you a deeper one. Mm-hmm. They say
it's learned behavior.
Yeah, look, and then they say, here goes a bag. I want you to keep it going. I want you to put this certain I want you to put this certain information out there. I want you to do stuff. So when you hear certain songs and you hear Percocet, Molly Percocet, when you hear these type of songs, when you see all of this madness, when you see I'm a savage, when you see all that, that's for that bag. Who does that hurt? Who does that hurt when they do this type of music and this type of behavior? It don't hurt them, it hurts us, because again, at the end of, I used to always tell the story. I used to say, for the rest of my life, I have to be Doggie Diamonds. Unfortunately, I can never just say, I don't want to do this no more. I'm regular. Forever, anybody who recognizes me, I can't, if I get on public transportation, if I get on a bus, if I'm on a pedal bike, I will always get clowned for doing normal people, regular stuff, because I'm supposed to be doing rich people stuff, I guess, because I have a platform. But with them, I know Caucasian dudes who was in the music industry, and they quit the music industry and they let their hair grow out. They don't have the John B no more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them trying to look like John B. They don't look like John B. they straight up and down leave the industry, and they get to go back to normal life. But forever, we always on some, oh, I saw such and such, they was a bum. Or I such and such, they fell off. That's how we do each other.
Exactly.
We can
We
never,
do it. It's a shame that
yeah,
it literally be your own people that do it.
yeah,
That'll be saying, "Oh, so and so fell off." Like other people uphold, their legends. They uphold, people who came before them. But it's our own people that are the ones that are always saying, "Oh, so and so fell off," or this person, and that. It's like it's just so
because it's all
sad.
off of the bag, the materialism. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's all about the bag. It's all about materialism, and that's the point. That's the point I'm making about people saying what Nick Cannon did and justifying what he did. When you say the bag, you know what I'm saying? The bag. Like, yo, come on, man. We gotta leave that alone, because at what point, what won't you do for money? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The super chat is open too. It's 400 people in here, and there's only 200 likes. Get them likes up.
Hit the
You know,
like button. You can also donate
yeah,
via Cash App, $ Doggie
yeah,
Diamonds, and the super chat is open as well.
yeah. And I see people saying too. I see people saying they threaten his life, and I'm like, you know how many times I get my leg threatened right on. If y'all look at some of my YouTube comments, I get threatened because people don't like that I have on shades. Like, for real. Some people, y'all seen the dude the other day come in here and call me all types of names. And he made a video. He took the video that we did, the live, and made a video about the live because I have on shades.
Wow.
It's like, yo, a lot of our people are just out of their mind, and I try to ignore it a lot of times because I understand that dudes are really really not in a right mind. But again,
Mm-hmm.
this money, this bag talk, for the money, for the money, for the money, yo, man, we got to be bigger than doing certain things for the money. Integrity is something you can't buy. Principle is something that you can't buy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of it all, like I said, I ain't gonna really. We didn't go hard on him tonight. Do you think we went hard on him? We just said he
I
failed.
don't feel like we did because, I appreciate, the fact that he decided to do Cannon's class,
Okay.
because that's something that he didn't necessarily have to put that platform together to, bring different, Black people on that are, historians and, that are different people that have done things for the culture that he brought on there. So I think it's we can look at it as something positive that he did, but it is, a disservice in a way to do the apology because, everyone in the Black community, backed him with what he said. And it's like we just wanted so badly for this to be the opportunity where someone just finally didn't apologize and they stood on what they said, and truth can be truth. So it is disappointing, but we still can appreciate the positive things that he tries to do for the community, although it is, disappointing that he did backpedal.
Where does he go from here though? Because it seemed like right now he's at a point of where he's trying to make everybody happy. Like, where does he go from here? If you with him, I
Well,
mean, he got some bread, so it ain't like because it's different for some of us. Like, they snatch your platform away, and you got a sign up talking about will podcast for food. It's not like he's in that state, but it seemed like he's really somebody keeps saying nobody's trying to kill you. Y'all have no clue. First of all, before I get into that, right? Y'all keep saying I don't get death threats and nobody is trying to kill me and all that. Y'all have no clue what you talking about that goes on behind this madness on this YouTube. Y'all have no clue what take place in the street. You seen what happened in the Troy Ave situation. That was all over YouTube and podcasts and blogs. It gets real over this. But I don't have to prove it or anything like that because I think it's corny. I ignore it, but it's real. Shout out to Jay Terry for the donation, the first super chat of the night. Shout out to you. All over Mermaid. It was all over your grill and all. I hope you don't mind and all that. make it smaller.
No, it's fine, but you
Yeah,
see, you
yeah,
get
yeah.
broadcasted when you hit the super chat.
Facts. You get broadcasted. So at the end of it all, I would say this. I don't want to be hard on him. I want to I want to see where he goes from here, and I don't want him to be in a situation because I think he feels like right now he might be feeling like he got to make everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we're
I'm sure
disappointed.
that's what PR is telling him.
Yeah, we're disappointed. The bag is disappointed. It's like, dude is just, oh man, like so. I would just hate to just be in his situation. Oh, and for the record,
Exactly.
somebody saying in the chat that was raw. Ice Cube has not folded. Oh, Ice Cube folded too. Ice Cube folded. Dr. Khalid Muhammad said Ice Cube melted on me. Don't get it twisted. Look it up. Look up Dr. Khalid Muhammad Ice Cube. He said Ice Cube melted on him. And shout out to
Wow.
for I don't want to say your name out here, but shout out to the person who sent some money via Cash App. Shout out to you. I don't want to put your name out there because I think it's your real name, so I don't want to do that. But shout out to the person who just sent the money via Cash App. You know who you are. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he said Ice Cube melted on me. You know what I'm saying? So again, yeah, you got to look that up. You know what I'm saying? Look that up. Dr. Khalid Muhammad Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that one up.
Yeah, he
wow,
said
that's
Ice Cube
deep.
melted on me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
deep.
Ice Cube folded before. You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
Okay, this might be a little controversial too.
I don't think that he'll fully come back from this, to be honest. I don't think that he will, because once it gets into the conversation about culture and who's really who, and
Yeah, he gotta be quiet.
you know, history, exactly. It's like you got to really be on the hush hush about that. And it's like that's only stuff that's kind of it's like usually hidden kind of in comedy or hidden in movies. It's something that people don't really lay out on the line.
Like
for
the way
truth.
Dave Chappelle does it. Dave Chappelle
Exactly.
eases in.
Dave Chappelle,
Yeah,
Richard Pryor, like,
you know who else did that that nobody really gives credit to, that I think is a very, very funny comedian. What's his name with the big eyes, big nose? What's his name? Why is his name eluding me? Malcolm and Eddie show. What's the dude from Malcolm and Eddie?
Oh, Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin. I said Malcolm and Eddie. I said his name Eddie, but I could Eddie Griffin. He
Yep.
I like comedy where it has some humor and some truth in it, and definitely
Cat Williams too. And
Cat
you see how they
Williams.
did him.
Yeah, exactly. Cat Williams, Eddie Griffin, Paul Mooney. You know who was funny and who really dropped a lot of jewels in their talking was George Carlin, and he was white. And he used to always talk about the government and stuff like that. So yeah, George Carlin was dope too. So Nick Cannon is a comedian. He should have found a way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He should have pulled that comedian card. Well, no, because that still would have been backpedaling. But
yeah, he definitely.
It is true. I mean, I feel like that's something. Like if he wants to not backpedal, that should have been something he should have put in a comedy special. But really, with Nick Cannon, he's always had such a squeaky clean image, and being with underneath the Viacom umbrella for so long, they still get him with that, because when he did that stand-up special with on Showtime, that's how he got off of the show. America's Great, what was it called? America's Got Talent or whatever.
Yeah.
He got pulled from that show from what he did in a comedy, his Showtime comedy. He was saying how he doesn't like how corporations have taken over the culture, and they had issues with him saying that, and that's why he got off of that show. So this isn't something new for Nick Cannon, but I think that he got really like in his bag when he was sitting there with Professor Griff, and it ignited something in him to want to speak that. It's almost like it was like an ancestor in him that put that out, and then he probably thought about it but let it ride, because he's like, this is his almost like, that's his other situation that he was doing, on the side. So he probably didn't think it was gonna, but I think they already had planned to do this to him, because that interview is from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, shout out to Reno Swagger for the donation. What's funny too, right? I I have somebody as a Facebook friend. I actually cool with him. His name is Sekou 720, and he said this is his theory. His theory is Nick Cannon did that to get out of the Viacom deal. So you think that's possible, probable, or we
Nah,
reaching?
I don't think.
Or we reaching?
I don't feel that theory because, he's been underneath that umbrella for over 20 years. And not just that, but I mean, the Wild 'N Out, he franchised it off with the restaurants and things like that. So that's a $1 billion company. So I don't think he would want to do that to get himself out of a situation
right,
when
yeah.
behind the scenes, he was already trying to get his ownership back. I'm sure he probably just announced it because he's like, wait a second, y'all trying to cut me off, but I'm trying to get what's mine, So I don't agree with that theory. I think that he just, when he had that conversation with Griff, it just ignited something in him and he said those things. And I think that they already knew about it prior to the 2 weeks,
And
but
it was like, yo,
they kind of waited to catch him off guard with it.
Let me go to the chat room really quick. Ashano Johnson said something that was really, really profound and deep. He said, misinformed by who? He referenced Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, and Frantz Fanon. So how could he be misinformed if he quoted scholars, black scholars?
Exactly.
So what he learned, according to his statement, what he learned was greater than what they taught. Somebody taught him something other than what they taught. I don't know. Interesting.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like that was really PR or management or maybe his legal team or something wanting to smooth it over because, just even if he was to only cite Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, I mean, this is someone who is a PhD psychiatrist who did her dissertation on melanin. So, she wrote a whole book about it. So for him to backpedal after naming these scholars and say what he learned was so eye-opening, if that is such, then bring it to the community. Bring these rabbis in the canon class and let us decide for ourselves. Let us hear it. And then have a follow-up with some other people to discuss what those rabbis said, or have everybody lay it all on the line on the table together. But that's the type of conversation that everyone isn't trying to have.
I find that when we and various about people say we the original Jews and we're Jews too, that makes them mad as hell. Why do they get so mad at that?
They get so mad over that. They get so mad.
Yeah,
they get more mad at us saying that we're the real Jews versus us saying, oh, we're the real Native Americans. Like, they'd be like, whatever. But once people start getting into that, that biblical talk and bring it all the way back in time with history, it's so upsetting. But when you actually look at it from a deeper perspective, and this is something that Shaka Bars was saying on his IG live last night. He was saying, we're talking about a landmass that has such high temperature. How could this be their original homeland? But see, it's just so many conversations to be had about this that people don't really want to have about it. So they would rather terminate him than to actually have a debate. People had a lot of things to say when the debate culture was taking place, on platforms such as Sinetter. But right now is the perfect time to have a debate about something like this.
I mean,
the perfect time.
At the end of it all, why? You know what? If people finding out about themselves and finding out different things about themselves gonna give them some, or people afraid that it's gonna give us some type of esteem, because like we said yesterday, our history did not start with slavery, and that's all they've been teaching us. Like on the realm, and keep it real with you, when I was in school, when I was younger, that's what I was taught. Like, we started as slaves.
Same here.
Yeah, and Crispus Attucks gave his life. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, wow, we gave our life for them, and Crispus Attucks, and we learned certain things. And then you think about it, instead of them teaching us our real history, they taught us fables. They taught us stories of like Paul Bunyan and Rip Van Winkle. We never needed to learn all that. And they taught us about
Right.
Greek and Roman mythology. They taught us that. Like, I know that like the back of my hand. It's crazy because I know that more than I know comedic science, because you were taught that, and that was a part of the curriculum. Like, I know.
Exactly.
So that's why when we watch like Clash of the Titans and stuff like that, like, we love that movie because, oh, they go Poseidon, and his name is Poseidon, but in Greek his name, you know what I'm saying? We know all this stuff. And then when we look at our days of the week, and we look at our planets, it all goes back to their
Exactly.
history. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
it still goes
And
back
that
to
is why all lives don't matter. That's why
Yeah.
right there. Because why didn't we get to learn about our Orishas? If we were able to learn about, all of your different people that you hold to a high esteem, why weren't we taught about Yemaye? Why weren't we taught about Oshun? Why weren't we taught about Oya? Why weren't we taught about our true history? Why weren't we taught about ancient Kemet? We weren't even taught about Black Wall Street.
Facts.
So no,
Yeah.
miss me with the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
With the All Lives Matter.
Yeah, I learned.
Miss me with the All Lives Matter.
Yeah,
But I do have, I have certain issues with the
movement.
when it comes to, like we were
movement.
speaking earlier about the civil rights movement.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Organization.
Organization. Yeah, that's the
'Cause there's a
organization.
difference. There's a difference
I
between-
think we're all I think everybody's pretty much clear where many of us stand. Where the phrase, the term Black Lives Matter, we agree with that, but we don't
Exactly.
agree with the organization and their mission statement. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
exactly.
but in importance, the importance of our history. Let me say this to the people really quick. The importance of our history is that we need to learn that because when people be saying we all was kings and queens, stop that. Okay, y'all be wilding with that. Everybody wasn't no king and no queen, but we wasn't we had a culture, we had language, we had traditions, we had different things, and all that was taken from us and given. They gave us something else. So when we come from kings and we was queens, like, yo, all right, cut it out. Everybody wasn't no king and no queen, but we wasn't slaves.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't slaves. So at the end of it all, the importance of learning history is that you can have some type of esteem for yourself. And I said this the other day, like, if your history comes from, or you believe that you was a slave, how could you really feel good about yourself if this is all you were, this is all you was worth, and then the same people who did it to you are the ones who helped you get out of it, and we still ain't get 40 acres and a mule, and people don't even know.
Exactly.
And people don't even know, like, when slavery ended, some people didn't mind staying on the plantation because they had nowhere to go. So it became a thing of, well, I don't own you anymore, but you can stay here and work, even
And be a sharecropper.
and be a sharecropper,
Exactly.
even after they were abused for hundreds of years, generations. They were just like, yo, where do we go? It's like, so it's a lot. So
Right. And then after that was, Jim Crow. Like,
Yep.
it's a continuous cycle and thing. A continuous cycle and thing that we haven't gotten any apologies for. So it's like, why do we have to be so quick to apologize when someone's offended, but we never have received any type of apology for anything that we've gone through?
Man, we get offended. They offend us every day. We've been seeing, first of all, imagery is everything, right? That's why they're trying to remove the statues. And my thing, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Many people might not agree with me. Leave the statues up. You know why? Because that's who you are. They would love, in my opinion, to take the statues down, change certain things so they could say, we never did anything to y'all. We don't know why y'all are like this. No, leave the statues there. That's who you are. That's who you worship. That's who you deal with. Leave the statues up. You know what I'm saying? But when we speak out against certain things, don't find a way to censor us, because that's what they do. They find ways when we are having dialogue, because even here we have not been disrespectful. We didn't even curse one time. We haven't been disrespectful towards Nick
Right.
Cannon. We haven't been disrespectful to any organization. But when we have these dialogues, these videos don't get monetized on YouTube. They're like, oh no, you're not making no money off this. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that could
Exactly.
potentially get a lot of views. And this is why I say to people, hit the like, because if you hit the like, then it boosts us up in the algorithm. And when we get in the algorithm, more people are likely to see the video. Not because you like the video, but when you are somewhere and you're receiving knowledge or food for thought or conversation, right? You need to be able to share that the same way you share the fight video, the same way you share the twerking video, the same way you share the
Exactly.
who's next and the dude doing the thing with his leg. You know what I'm saying? You gotta share. You gotta share information with other people, and you got to say, oh, look what they building about, look what they talking about, because we have more to talk about than frivolous BS. You know what I'm saying? We don't we could get on here all day and talk about org and Jada and all that, but we cover that and then we move on.
Exactly.
And but this is something real, and like I said, for me, reason why I took the Nick Cannon thing so personal, because me being somebody who speaks in public, me being somebody who deals with corporations on a high level, I know that at any given time they could come and say, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here. So again, when I did my deal with Viacom, I was gonna say her name, but I don't want to put out there. I asked her straight up and down, what can I say? What can I do? Because I know, imagine I interview Wesley Muhammad. Before you interview Wesley and Nuri and certain people, they send some people out there called they send people to make sure it's safe for them to pull up, right? So imagine me in the Viacom building, because that's where I was doing my show at. Imagine me in the Viacom building, and you got these Nation of Islam dudes coming in there, looking around, making sure, they're gonna be like, oh, who brought them here? Oh no, you got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to know what's okay for me to say and what not to say, because I can't hide the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta find a way to get this message out, but make it educational. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not
Right.
going to censor myself ever, and I'm not going to let nobody else censor me. But what I am going to do is find a way to make it educational. And Dr. Clark used to get a lot of TV time. Dr. Ben, they used to get a lot of TV time, and they used to be
Yeah.
dropping it.
Yeah. They were
I seen them debate so-called Jewish
for
scholars.
hours upon
Yeah, I
hours.
seen them do that and bust them down. And Dr. Ben was was a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was a Hebrew Israelite, but I know that's why his name was Dr. Ben Joseph
Joseph.
Joachim. Yeah, yeah, yo, but it was spelt, like that way. So yeah, it is what it is. I got somebody in the chat room that's very weird, but I'm gonna let him be weird. Y'all get him, y'all deal with him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, before we close out, anything that you want to say? Besides, we'll be back tomorrow.
I just want to say that it is, just like how Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark would have those conversations with other scholars that had their point of view, and they would just break it down and would give it to them. This is the time to do that.
Yes.
I feel like this is the time for those rabbis to come and for, our scholars to come and to have that type of a discussion. I feel like it's the time to do something like that. And I feel like that is what should have been done versus just apologizing, because it's like the apology discredits the whole canon class that
Yes.
took place.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like Canon's class is canceled. Like that's if nothing else is canceled, you definitely got to cancel that.
Exactly.
So what I want to do, I mean, come on, man, we got our starting five. Just give me Dr. Leonard Jeffries, give me Professor James Small, you know what I'm saying? Give me Dr. Jahi Issa. We could throw in some young guys, you know what I'm saying? But we got scholars that I'm pretty sure would go and break it down. And but they know that though, because
I know.
Professor Small
They
was
know.
with Dr. Clark. Leonard, Dr. Leonard Jeffries was with Dr. Clark, so they know. You know what I'm saying? But okay, I see somebody bothering y'all in the chat, and they're not really adding on. They didn't donate, they didn't do anything. So all right, they out of here, y'all. Y'all don't have to worry about that
Wow.
individual anymore, because if they're gonna come in here and they're not gonna add on to what we're talking about, and they're not going to even add on to the platform, good dialogue or hit the like or anything, they're out of here. So
Right.
that's what you wanted to close out with. Give on your social media too.
My social media is Natural Mermaid. You can find me on IG, Natural Mermaid. You can find me on YouTube, Natural Mermaid, or naturalmermaid.com.
Okay, and I am Doggie Diamonds on everything. Doggie Diamonds No Filter podcast is an audio podcast that many of you will hear your name shouted on, because sometimes I take these shows and put it out as audio to the rest of the world that didn't see it in the YouTube world. So yeah, man, I thank y'all for joining us tonight, man. This is
Hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button on the way out. If you ain't hit it on the way in, pause. You can hit it on the way out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I thank y'all for coming in and hanging with us. We didn't keep y'all too much of your time. It was almost an hour too. Yeah, hour and 6 minutes to be exact. And we don't have to hold y'all up here for 6-7 hours and stuff like that. I know some people do like to sit down and I know some people do like to sit down and watch people for all that time, but I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I gotta drink some water and do what I need to do. But this is my homegirl right here. I've known her for a few years now. She was like, well, how come we never did a show and all? And I was like, well, what we gonna do a show about? So all of this stuff, like the way the universe works is really, really dope. And the way everything is going is dope. And I'm very, very happy that she's well spoken and not a bimbo and an airhead, and she not twerking and no crazy stuff, even though she probably was 7. Did you twerk when you were 17? Did you ever have a phase in your life where you was having fun as a young teenage woman? Let's talk about you for a minute.
I mean, of course. I feel like any lady would just lie if she said she didn't have that time, or that phase where, she was turned up with her homegirls, she had fun and, so.
What changed though, before I go? I want to know, because I think some women, well, you know what? That's another show.
Yeah.
Because I think some women like to want to not be a thotty and stuff like that, but it's a trend. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they feel left out.
It's a trend, and it goes back to the bag.
Go back to the bag. You know what I'm saying? Go back to that bag. They got an OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy,
Exactly.
man. But yo, thank everybody for being here with us tonight. We are going to get up out of here. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to everybody who hit the like button. I really, really
and you
appreciate
can still donate if you like
just-
this
yeah.
content today.
Yes.
If you like this discussion, $ Doggie Diamonds. Again, please hit the like button, because it helps for the video to actually stay up, because when we have conversations like this that are no filter, it can be, snatched from offline. So if you hit the like button, it'll keep the video up.
Yeah, and they like to bury these type, because what they doing with my YouTube right now, oh man, one day I'm gonna have to break it down. Yesterday, right? So yesterday, before I go, let me tell y'all something. Yesterday, we had 4,000 views. Yesterday at 8 o'clock. Why did I wake up the next day and it's only 5,000? So you trying to tell me only 1,000 more people got the video? So YouTube has been playing with my channel for like the last 6 months. Why? I don't know. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. But they've been doing a lot of stuff to me. I got 174,000 subscribers. You mean to tell me not even 10% of the people are seeing the video? So it's a lot going on. But again, not gonna cry. I'm just gonna keep working, keep putting out content. I have a Cambada interview coming up that's done. I have another guy by the name of Hovanisi interview that's coming. So I got a lot more interviews. I got A.A. Rashid. I got a lot coming out. Maybe Grap Lover will come on here one day. I need to get Grap Lover. You know what I'm saying? Grap Lover. Let's do that. So, Mermaid, with that, I will holler at you later on. I'll make sure her information is pinned in the first comment. And make sure y'all follow her and support her and all her endeavors. But she'll be back on here. And that's what it is. I am out of here. I'm gonna holler at you later on. So let me sign you out so I could close out the show. And it's gonna freeze on
All
your face.
right, peace and good night, y'all.
It's gonna freeze on your face. So make sure you leave with a smile because it's gonna freeze. Hold on, where we at? All right, there we
I'm
go.
gonna try to.
Oh no, that was trash. That was it ain't too bad. It ain't too crazy, but it is what it is. I'm Doggie Diamonds. I will holler at y'all another time. Peace. Hold on before we go. We can't go nowhere just yet. Shout out to Johnny Taylor for the donation. So I can't just cut it off like that. You know, I got a donation, so I got to come back. I got to come back and say shout out to Johnny Taylor for the donation. And I actually want to see his name come up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going nowhere till the homie name pop up on the screen. Once his name pop up on the screen, I feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So we not going to do that. He definitely, you know, okay, let me hide this person from the channel. Where's his name at? Show his name. What you waiting for? We waiting. We not going nowhere till his name pop up on the screen. Hopefully, his name pops up. I don't look like no fool. Where you at? Johnny Taylor. We waiting. Here we go. What's up, man? Don't make me look stupid. It's not cool. I'm waiting. We still got 200 something people here waiting. Where the name at? Shout out to you, Johnny Taylor, for the donation. The name is not coming up. I don't know what's happening. I didn't break nothing. Maybe it popped up earlier. I don't know. All right, but yo, man, I gotta go. I will holler at y'all another time. Doggie Diamonds. Peace.